Boom shakalaka. After this last little bit of volatility, Bitcoin is about to go intergalactic. Stay tuned. What's up, everyone? Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including a little bit of volatility coming and why Bitcoin is set to go intergalactic altcoins too. Before we get into it, guys, like the video, helps out a lot. Come join us on Twitter at the Crypto Love, where we share all of today's charts. Now, fear and greed today, 72, same as we were yesterday, same as we were last week, even though we did dip into extreme greed for a day. That was fun. The overall market up 0% today. Bitcoin at 52,188, Ethereum at 28.25, BNB at 356, Solana 112, XRP 57 cents, Cardano 59 cents, Avalanche $40, and Dogecoin 8 cents. And Bitcoin, look at the trajectory of this trend line that it has been riding in since the first week of February, going almost straight vertical. Now this can't last forever. Eventually, these trends, like we saw back here in December and also like here in October, eventually they do slow down and sometimes even reverse a little bit. And that could be on the way. You definitely want to stay tuned, where we'll go over exactly why. Now, in the short term, BlackRock and Fidelity, most successful ETF launches in 30 years, more than doubling almost all of the other ETF launches, with the exception of 3. So they are doing well better than pretty much everything out there. And you have to remember, the spot ETF was part 1 of the plan. Part 2 of the plan is the halving coming up in about 2 months. And right now, the floor price to mine 1 Bitcoin is $31,600. In 2 months, that doubles. $63,200 to mine 1 Bitcoin. You think the price will go up? Yeah, potentially. Also, if you take a look at the on-chain volume, there is minimal overhead volume. So, pretty much all clear skies. Once it starts going up, it's going to go up dramatically. And if you want one more reason why things could go bananas, there's this right here. In the past 22 days, actually we'll add a couple more days, but in 22 days, BlackRock clients accumulated 87,000 Bitcoin. Now they did 10,000 yesterday, so they're over 100,000 Bitcoin today. Roughly 4,000 Bitcoin per day. If you extrapolate that over the entire year, 251 trading days, guess what? That's 1 million Bitcoin. How many Bitcoin are there? 21 million? How many are exchanges? Less than 2 million? Yeah. Yowzer. Supply is about to dry up. Bone dry. So, with that coming, we have the supply about to dry up. As price goes up, demand increases, and I'm telling you, things are going to go crazy. But first, we might have a little bit of volatility. If we take a look on the daily chart, the TD sequential presents a sell signal on the Bitcoin daily chart, anticipating 1 to 4 daily candlestick correction. You can see here, it was right back here where it said sell, price went down. Right here, said buy, price goes up. Right here, said buy, price goes up. Well, sell, likely to go down for 1 to 4 days. We could have that happening, especially when you have these goons going 100x long and 100x short on Bitcoin. Liquidity building up there. Yes, experienced traders will just liquidate them, rinse and repeat, just steal all their money. And that's basically the easy way to get rich with Bitcoin. Now, if we take a look, we are in the time right now that is the best time to own Bitcoin, or to trade Bitcoin, or to do anything with Bitcoin. Basically, from 6 months before until 18 months after the halving, this green line shows buying during those periods. That's when Bitcoin does all of its growth. If you were to buy the other part 18 months after to 6 months before, the other 2 years, you actually lose. So we're in the best time to own Bitcoin. And based on the OBV, one of my favorite indicators, which is a leading indicator for Bitcoin, gives us information before Bitcoin price moves. This says, guess what? You might not want to wait for the all-time high to be hit, because then it'll be too late. Based on this, we already have a new all-time high on balance volume, which suggests, like we saw previously, that the bull run has already started. Buckle up, get involved, not financial advice, but do what whales do because they're smart, you know? You have one of those little bracelets like WWWD, what would whales do, you know? If we take a look at the trend accumulation score by cohort, we can see that people with greater than 100 Bitcoin are all buying a lot. Everybody else still not buying. I don't know, maybe they don't have any money, maybe they're scared, maybe they're waiting for it to hit new all-time highs, maybe they're waiting for the next paycheck. I don't exactly know. But it tells me that we are still somewhat early in this, and whales kind of have a good idea as to what's going on. As a matter of fact, this chart right here shows that we are still very early. We can see that's on Google Trends, interest. We're right now an 18 out of 100 in terms of popularity. So even though price is very close to previous all-time highs, people aren't searching about it. It's not that popular. The demand isn't yet there, but the supply is dropping precipitously, like we talked about earlier. Also, we have some historic, folkloric, massive indicators for Bitcoin, like the Bollinger Band Width Profile that has one of these blue lines. Every time it has a blue line and the price is above the 21 EMA, this blue line right here, price goes up dramatically. Look at what follows every one of these yellow dots. Yeah, price going up dramatically. Also, this cup and handle breakout, multi-year formation, we have broken out of there. The target for that is $145,000. Yowza. Also, this chart, which is probably the most bullish chart I have ever seen, or at least I remember seeing. If we take a look at the super trend, just flashed a buy signal on the monthly chart. Now, the last time I did this, 828% gains. The time before that, 3,600% gains. The time before that, 9,900% gains. The time before that, 169,000% gains. Now, some people argue, well, this one's going to be less because that one's less than that one, and that one's less than that one, that one's less than that one. Yeah, but you know what? Bitcoin's scarce, and we now have a spot Bitcoin ETF where anybody can buy it easy through BlackRock. So this time could be different. Might not be. It might be less. But even on average of just the past few times, we're looking at roughly a 22x of Bitcoin. Average out these 3 times, 22x of Bitcoin. And geez, that's $1 million Bitcoin, at least in my math. So things could get yowza for altcoins too. Take a look at this, a super trend on total market cap, also signaling a buy on the monthly chart. The last time this happened, market cap rose 600% in 6 months. If you want to 6x your money in 6 months, now might be the time to put some of it in. Not short, not long, buying spot, because short or long, you're going to get liquidated. Almost guaranteed. Buying spot, putting a stop loss, there, the risk is minimal. And lastly, this chart right here as well, showing that in 2020, the altcoin market cap was 81 billion when the Gaussian bands turned green right here, went up to 1 trillion. That is over a 10x. We could have the same thing happening right now, another 10x for altcoins just flipped green. So if you want to make money, not financial advice, but I mean, I think you'd have to be an idiot not to see what these charts are saying. So that's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, push the like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.